Ravens flock, Ravens flock, Ravens flock. What's going on? I'm back with the video that I really wanted to do weeks ago, but obviously I was trying to wait because I didn't really want to jump the gun. But now at this point, we're about to enter week 8, which, so basically we're halfway through. I mean, I know technically now that the 17 games, there's no longer like a halfway point, but still, nonetheless, we're like basically halfway through the season now. And I wanted to go into the topic of offensive rookie of the year. Right now, Zay Flowers is playing out of his mind for the most part. He's not perfect. He's had some drops. He's had some weird moments that kind of made me scratch my head. Like sometimes it seems like he jumps up unnecessarily and catches the ball in his stomach at times. I don't, again, that's nitpicking. I don't think that's going to be a major problem long term. But either way, despite him being a rookie with a lot more room to grow, he's clearly one of the best rookies out of this draft class and definitely one of the best rookies out of that first round. As we all know, in the first round of the draft this past year, there was like a run on wide receivers back to back to back to back. The Seahawks picked Jackson Smith and Jigba. Then the Chargers picked Quentin Johnston. Then we picked Zay Flowers. And then obviously the Vikings picked Jordan Addison. Some of those receivers, they haven't done a whole lot since, which, makes sense because some of them went to teams that already were pretty set at receiver. But then obviously certain guys like Zay Flowers, he came into really an ideal situation for a rookie receiver with potential where he's coming to a team that is still trying to transition into a more pass-friendly team that doesn't have that bona fide, undisputed number one wide receiver. Now, I believe that it was going to be Rashad Bateman. Some people said that no matter what, it was going to be Mark Andrews, which actually is that's the true answer, to be honest with you. Mark Andrews is the number one no matter what. But, I thought it was going to be Rashad Bateman. But so far this season, I don't know if it's Rashad Bateman lost his confidence or Todd Monken just don't got confidence in him. I don't know what's going on. Either way, he's kind of been like in and out of the picture, but not that much in the picture. But that's still been a great situation for Zay. He has showcased a lot of his potential so far in this first 7 games. He's been going crazy. Like he's I believe at the moment Zay has 39 receptions, 442 receiving yards, a touchdown, and he's averaging 11.3 yards per catch, which again is very respectable numbers. At the rate he's going right now, he's on pace to have 95 receptions and 1,000 yards. And I don't know how many touchdowns, maybe like 3 or 4 touchdowns. That's what he's on pace for, at least at the moment. Now, obviously, if he did that, that would easily go down as the greatest rookie season for a wide receiver in the Baltimore Ravens history. For comparison, Hollywood Brown in his rookie season. Now, to be fair to Hollywood, he had a hurt ankle. He had like a screw in his foot or something like his rookie year, so he really wasn't 100%. But still, Hollywood in his rookie season had 46 catches, 584 yards, 7 touchdowns, and averaged 12.7 yards a catch, which wasn't bad numbers, especially when you consider that he was, he wasn't playing 100%. And he was still we were still playing in like the Greg Roman era where receivers weren't eating like that. So that's still pretty decent numbers. But again, Zay is on pace to completely smash that. I mean, just the yards alone, he's on pace to pass Hollywood's rookie season yards in maybe like 1 or 2 games. So this definitely will go down, or assuming nothing crazy happens, this will go down as like the best rookie season in our franchise's history for a receiver. But it did make me want to look around the NFL and see other teams that have, rookies that are showing out, to think about, where Zay could rank in like the offensive rookie of the year standings right now. And at this point, I would say probably he's third at the moment. Like some of the other guys who I think are making strong campaigns for Rookie of the Year, of course, are C.J. Stroud on the Texans, Puka Nacua on the Los Angeles Rams, Jordan Addison on the Minnesota Vikings, and Josh Downs on the Indianapolis Colts. I would have said Anthony Richardson too, because he was playing fairly well, but at the same time, he's hurt. He's out for the year, so it's not even a question. He's not in the picture no more in this conversation. But I want to go into some of these other rookies' numbers and go into why it's definitely impressive and see what Zay Flowers could do to kind of get the edge over them. So as far as CJ Stroud, right now he's playing out of his mind. Well, no, I'm going to say he's playing out of his mind. He has 1,660 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. His 57 QBR is ranked 16th in the league. And his team, who I thought was going to be terrible this year, I thought they were only going to win maybe 3 games all year. They're already at 3 wins right now at 3-3. So I think he's making a strong case for himself. He's on pace to throw for like 4,700 yards. And I think maybe 26 touchdowns or something like that. Like he's playing out of his mind right now. Puka Nacua, he's definitely been a big beneficiary of the fact that Cooper Kupp wasn't in the lineup for the first half of the season for the most part. He was dealing with the injury. So because of that, especially because he's playing with Matt Stafford, who when Matt Stafford finds a receiver that he really prefers, he force feeds the receiver a lot. We've seen this whether it's with Cooper Kupp, whether it's with Golden Tate, Megatron, whoever. That he's always had a tendency to do that, and it's worked very well for Puka. He has 58 receptions, 752 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's on pace for 1,800 yards as a rookie. It's unreal. Like, he's on pace for 1,800 yards as a rookie. And even with Cooper Kupp coming back so far, he's still actually, putting up solid numbers. So that's very interesting to see. Jordan Addison, he's leading all rookie receivers in touchdowns right now with 6 touchdowns. So he has 29 receptions, 400 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's on pace for 979 yards. So more or less 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns, which again, if things were to stay at the pace they're at, he wouldn't lead all rookies in yards, but he would in touchdowns, and it's still extremely impressive that he could put up those numbers on a team where Justin Jefferson is on. Now, granted, Justin Jefferson's hurt right now, so you're gonna see a boost in his production the next couple weeks. You already saw it a couple days ago in that Monday night game against the Niners, where he put up 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. I definitely think you're gonna see a boost with Jetta's not playing for I think another 2 or 3 weeks, but even then, he's making a strong campaign to show just how dangerous he could be as a wide receiver too. So also Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs is having one of the more underrated rookie seasons for a receiver. He has 33 receptions, 401 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's on pace for 974 yards, so more or less 1,000. And I guess it's because he's playing in Indy and nobody's really checking for Indy right now, especially now that Anthony Richardson's hurt. But he's still putting up very impressive numbers. And I think he's probably going to pass 1,000 yards this season, just off the strength that, especially Gardner Minshew, now that Anthony Richardson's hurt, Gardner Minshew seems to favor him a lot. I do anticipate him probably putting up 1,000 yards by the end of the season. But with all these receivers and quarterbacks, with all these players putting up impressive numbers like this as rookies, I still think Zay has a strong chance to really overshadow them and get that Rookie of the Year, just off the strength of, number one, he's playing on the best team out of all those players I just named. We have the best record out of any of those teams. The rest of those teams are either, have losing records or they're at 500. The rest of those teams are just non-factors right now. So just like how with MVP, sometimes the MVP will go to the best or most valuable player on the team with the best record, I do believe that it could work, possibly, not a guarantee. It's unlikely, but I still think it is possible that Zay Flowers could end up getting the edge in the voting for Rookie of the Year by being, the best rookie on a winning team, on a playoff team, on a Super Bowl contending team. Because as it stands right now, I definitely don't think he's gonna pass Puka and yards. I don't think he's gonna finish the year with more touchdowns than Addison. And because he's not a quarterback, I don't think Zay's gonna be required to put the team on his back the way CJ Stroud is. But again, if Zay could still put up competitive numbers while playing on the best team out of any of those rookies that I just listed, I do think that alone could give him the advantage when they're voting for offensive rookie of the year. Because again, just a reminder, he's on pace for 95 catches and 1,000 yards and a couple touchdowns. But again, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Zay has a realistic shot at rookie of the year? And if not, who do you think does have the best shot at rookie of the year? And who's your favorite rookie right now? Even if it's not on the Ravens, who is your favorite rookie?